So you probably clicked this video because you're interested in going to CRNA school or nurse practitioner school, and you made the right choice. And in this video, I'm going to be going over 5 tips to help you get into your dream school. So stay tuned. Welcome back, Psych Dude family. It's good seeing each and every one of you guys today. If you are new to this channel, let me formally introduce myself. I'm the Psych Dude. I'm a board certified psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and in this channel I go over several different subjects to educate the public about mental health, ways to improve your lifestyle, and topics related to nursing and nurse practitioners like myself. Definitely, if you like some of these topics, feel free to subscribe, like this video, and follow me on Instagram at the Psych Dude. So before we get started, first of all, I just want to say congratulations on making the decision to wanting to go to CRNA school or nurse practitioner school. That's a huge step in the right direction because, as you know, I'm a firm believer in higher education and furthering your education for you to be a step above everyone else. And you making this decision to go for it, huge, and I applaud that. So you guys are interested in wanting to become a nurse practitioner or a CRNA, and honestly, you're looking at the applications, you're like, dang, how do I set myself apart from everyone else? And you've come to the right video, because in this video I'm going to be giving you 5 tips to help you guarantee success into getting into that nurse practitioner program or the CRNA program. So let's get started. So tip number 1 is get experience. This is a huge tip because regardless of whether you're applying for CRNA school or NP school, getting experience is key. For my recommendations, I would say get experience in the area that you feel like you want to work in. So say for example, you're applying to Psych NP school, make sure you get Psych experience. If you're applying to women's health, make sure you get women's health experience. If you're applying to CRNA school, make sure you get experience in the ICU. And if you want to set yourself apart from all the other applicants, make sure you go to a prestigious place. Yes, any experience is better than no experience, but if you're able to get into a hospital where the name is relatively big, like Mayo, things of that nature, I would get experience there, especially when you want to go to a good school and get into a good program. And like I said, you need to get experience. And I wouldn't mess around with saying, oh, I'm a float nurse, I float everywhere, because at the end of the day, when they look at your application, they're just going to see a float nurse. They're not going to necessarily see that you floated to the cardiac ICU or they floated to the trauma ICU, things of that nature. You need to make sure you get into the unit that's going to help set you apart from everyone else. Just keep on applying to those jobs and making sure you get into those units and at that prestigious hospital, because at the end of the day, if they see that you're part of a unit that they actually like, or part of a unit that actually, or part of a hospital that they feel like, okay, they've learned a lot, that's going to set you way apart to someone else that just has cardiothoracic ICU experience at a lower name hospital that might not be taking care of patients that has a high acuity compared to what you have. Even if you're in a unit that kind of is slow and you don't necessarily see that crazy amount of patients, but you're at a bigger hospital, that's going to set you apart compared to someone that's been working at a smaller hospital but they're seeing way more acute patients compared to you. Unfortunately, that's how it is, and that's some of the things that you kind of have to recognize in order for you to set yourself apart into getting into these programs, especially into harder programs like the CRNA program, which doesn't take that many applicants compared to so many different NP schools out there. But like I said, this is key because getting experience will help you into getting into your dream school. So tip number 2, make sure you network. And this is an important tip because let's face it, at the end of the day, it's who you know, not what you know. And especially if you know someone in a position that's going to help you get to where you want to get to, then it's going to be key that you know that person, because at the end of the day, if you're able to tell them, hey, I applied for this program, do you mind looking at my application? or mind helping me on what applicants do well in, so I can better improve my application, things of that nature. And you can do this so many different ways. You can go to conferences, you can go to networking events, you can go to different schools, you can go do through LinkedIn and just contacting people. If you're able to get your name out there and if you're able to network amongst this medical community, you're going to be far better than someone else that has so many good grades and all of these different accolades, because if they can see all of them and all the applicants are pretty much all the same, but if you're able to stand out in some shape or form by saying, hey, I know this person, or this person recommended me, or if that person that recommended you will talk to the dean or talk to the admissions officer, then your application gets a full, pretty much all eyes are going to be on your application, which will set you far apart or set you above other applications that don't necessarily have that great of a pull. So in my suggestion, I would say just network as much as possible, obviously in a good way, but try to see what you can do to set yourself apart by networking on LinkedIn, like I said, networking at these conferences. You need to go to the places that you feel like you would meet people that are geared towards what you want. So say for example CRNA, make sure you go to make sure you're part of a forum and see if you can do meetups, or make sure you're part of a conference to see if you can do that. So say for example, another part is if you're a Psych NP and you want to be a Psych NP, which a lot of the people that are viewing this video probably want to be Psych NPs, make sure you go to APNA events, because you'll meet so many different professionals that work in psych and that actually probably work amongst the community or at schools that will help you gain an edge over someone else that doesn't. So it's important that you network. So tip number 3 is focus on your GPA, and this is an important one. And if you're currently in RN school watching this video, it's perfect, because you still have time to perfect your GPA or increase your GPA if it's not already high. And if you're not in RN school, then it's one of those things where you have to work a little bit harder. The reason why I say perfect your GPA or increase your GPA and focus on your GPA is because at the end of the day, they're going to look at your grades regardless of your experience, even though that plays a huge factor, but they're going to look at your GPA too, and you want to focus on your GPA. If you're in RN school, make sure you focus on that GPA. Yes, you'll hear a lot of people saying, oh, all I need is to get a C, C's get degrees, but if you're trying to further your education, C's won't get you into other programs. Yeah, you'll pass, but it's not going to get you into other programs, especially prestigious ones like CRNA school or going to certain NP schools. You have to focus on it. So my suggestion is, if you're in RN school already, make sure you focus on that and making sure that your grades are good. Make sure you look at the schools that you want to go into and look at the prerequisites and focus especially in those classes that they look at for pretty much acceptance. If you're not in RN school and you already graduated and you kind of have a low GPA, my next suggestion is either going to a master's program or certificate program and getting a high GPA in that and then applying to school, or go to the list of schools and look at the prerequisites that the schools that you want to get into and focus on those courses, because you can take those at state schools and just apply to those programs and take those specific classes in order for you to increase your GPA. Sometimes schools might look at just the last 60 units that you've taken, so you can always do that. So make sure you find out what you need in order for you to get into that program and try to increase your GPA in some shape or form. A lot of people that I know will get master's degrees or certificate degrees in order for them to boost up their GPA. So when schools look at it, the last degree or certificate they got extremely high GPA, and then retook those courses that they got lower grades in, and then that boosted their GPA also. So it looks like you're a complete package, and compared to someone else that just doesn't necessarily have those accolades compared to you. So my 4th tip is make sure you get solid letters of recommendation, and this pretty much goes hand in hand in networking. If you know someone that's high up there willing to write you a letter of recommendation, you're golden, because when applicants are, or when they're looking at applicants, they want to see a whole entire package. They don't just focus on experience by itself. They don't just focus on their GPA by itself. They look at the whole package. So they want to make sure they got experience. They want to make sure they got a good GPA. They want to make sure they know people in the actual network that can speak up to your abilities. And if you're getting someone that will be willing to write you the letter of recommendation that's kind of high up there compared to everyone else, then that's going to look better for you. Because a lot of the times they're just going to look to their manager or look to some of their lead nurse or charge nurse in that sense and just have them write the letter of recommendation. But people don't necessarily go beyond that. And by you networking and you being able to get a letter of recommendation, yes, you need one from your manager because they kind of see your performance and your charge nurse. But if you can get someone that's high above that, and say, for example, a director of a unit or a director of an actual school or director of a huge hospital, and you build that personal relationship where they're willing to write you that letter of recommendation, that's going to set you far above someone else that's just getting their letter of recommendation from a fellow colleague or a fellow nurse manager or a fellow director or a fellow charge nurse. It's going to be way better, especially when they're looking at the whole package. And you can already understand how competitive CRNA schools are compared to other schools. And if you're willing to put in the work early on and gain that relationship with higher up, then might as well do it. And that will pay off in the long run when you are trying to get into that position, or into that position to get into school. Or even when you graduate from school, that's going to be putting you into a position where you can get a job and just use that same letter of recommendation to get that job that you want or get into that program you want to get into. So my fifth and final tip for you to guarantee to get into an NP or a CRNA school is make sure you just apply to schools. And honestly, it's a numbers game. It's one of those things where you just have to apply to all of the schools that you want to go to, and even some schools that you might not want to go to, because at the end of the day, once you graduate, you're still going to have the credentials that are going to help you get into whatever you want to do. So if you want to be a CRNA, just go to any school, a CRNA school. Just get into one of them, and because at the end of the day, you're going to be first name, last name, CRNA. And same thing with nurse practitioner. It's going to be first name, last name, nurse practitioner, board certified or certified. So in that nature. And honestly, like I said, it's a numbers game. Just apply to so many different schools. And you have to sacrifice if you really want and truly want to be in this profession, into that position, either a CRNA or nurse practitioner. You have to apply to schools that are outside, and you might either have to travel or you might actually have to move. Or for some NP schools, you can just go online, because like I said, at the end of the day, regardless of which schools you go to, they're still gonna have those initials or those credentials after your name. So it's one of those things. It's huge, because a lot of people are just so focused on getting into that one school, then that one school only. But if they don't get in, you're pretty much SOL. But compared to someone else that's applying to all the schools and just praying to get into one of them, more than likely they'll get into them, as long as they keep applying, keep pushing forward, and using all of these tips, like all of these tips together, then you'll get into that program that you want to get into. Well guys, this concludes my video. I hope you guys are able to use these tips and tricks in order for you to get into your dream program. And honestly, I've been around this profession not extremely long, but long enough to actually be able to network with admissions officers, network with other people that look at applicants, and these are the things that stood out, and these are the things that they recommended for you to going forward into getting into their program. They have to look at certain things, and they want to know what sets this applicant apart from everyone else. There's not perfection in every single thing, but there are different things that you can do to help set yourself apart. Imagine knowing a director of a huge hospital. Imagine knowing the CNO of a huge hospital that's willing to write you the letter of recommendation. Imagine gaining so much experience in that specialty unit that's going to set you far above someone else, or making sure that you get all A's in your prerequisites. Things of this nature. If you're able to use all of these tips and then use it to your advantage, it's going to be huge, and I'm sure it's going to guarantee you success into getting to that nurse practitioner program or CRNA program. So yeah, definitely use these tips. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below, or feel free to email me and I'll email you guys back as soon as I can. But for the most part, I'm saying is make sure you use all of these tips to your advantage, because I wish I would had this kind of guidance in the past, because I definitely would have used them, because right now I kind of just had to go by myself. I had to figure things out myself and see if I could set myself apart from everyone else, which luckily I was able to get into the program I wanted to get into, but still, like, I could have done more in order for me to help myself better my application, and these tips would have helped that. As always, guys, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram at The Psych Dude. Bye.